G'day chaps, and welcome back to what I have been up to. I don't know if this is the best camera angle. I'm still very much out of it when it comes to doing YouTube videos. But the first thing I need to do is do a massive thank you and a shout out to, I think it's the XB Falcon channel, YouTube channel. His name's Anthony. If you've been watching, he's doing an XB Falcon Ute GS, that's Apollo blue, in about 10 million pieces. He reached out to me and said, do you need one of those left rear sections? And I said, oh God, yes. So he graciously sent me one, and actually a very, very good one. I've unpicked it. It's rusty, but this is what I call a good one, because it actually has something that you can rebuild it from. Now, if you haven't subscribed to his channel, I will put a sort of picture in it of his channel now. Right, now go and subscribe to him. He should have way more subscribers than he does, and his stuff's pretty damn good, and I like it. And he's helping me out immensely with this, because I just couldn't get a left one. Well, I got a left one, but it was very, very bad, and he was able to get me one that was something to work from. So I will now bring the camera closer and show you what on earth I have been up to. Right, now if you haven't subscribed to him, I'm going to smack you. Otherwise, moving right along. So, for the longest time, forever actually, this panel has forever been a pain in the rear end to repair, because it's so annoyingly complex in its shape. And no one on the face of the planet seems to be willing to make it. It has proven to be extremely difficult to make, even the ones that I'm doing, and I still am committed to getting these things made much, much faster and much, much easier. But I think I said in my last video, I'm a bit scared to do this on a massive scale due to the time, energy and money invested for something that might not sell due to the price that it's going to have to be. So I'm a little bit scared, but I thought it was worth a gamble. I'm going to make 10 lefts and 10 rights and put them out there through a couple of means, I don't know yet, but let's see how they go. If they fly off the shelves, I'll know that it's a path worth travelling down. If they just trickle away one or two at a time, I'll know I won't waste my time, and I'll just keep them for when I have to fix them. So, the area... Now, a lot of people have gone, where the hell is that part from? I have one prepared for you, so you know what you're looking at. So, this is a repair section. This is the outer rear quarter panel. Yes, your wheel is here. Yeah? That's your inner. This is your outer. And they join like this. This is obviously one for repair section, so the tail end is missing. And you can buy the back section for a coupe. I had one handy, but I don't have it on me right now. So for ages, you could get the inner, the outer, and the back. You could never get this piece. Now this is where it lives, and this is what it looks like when it's clamped together, one of my ones. That's the first one that I managed to make as a complete piece. I tried and failed multiple times in the attempt to try and make these, especially in one piece. I have worked out it is not possible to make it in one piece with what I have at hand. I have to make it in two pieces and weld the two pieces together. So, for, playing at home, this is where it goes. It goes at the front wheel, and the reason they fill up with dirt is, and they rust out, is because of where they live. And they usually, when you cut the rear quarter panel off, they look like that. And that's what I've found numerous times, hundreds and hundreds of times. When they look like this, this is what I was saying. This is a good one because you've actually got some shape to work from, and yet still rusted out there. They actually rust this bit out quite nicely, which goes against here. So they're pretty good rusters actually. So that's a left, courtesy of Anthony. This is a right that I've saved in the past. This is the one that made me go, maybe I could do this, because this is the first one I've pulled that was even remotely complete. So before, I mean, I've been trying to get myself into the mindset of the originals are not perfect on a good day. And actually, if you line them two up, you'll notice that one is slightly bigger than the other one. And Ford obviously didn't give two snoots when they were stamping them on whether or not... See, neither of these are repaired, but yeah, you can see that one's got a slightly bigger lip than the other one. So, I can't be held. You can't criticise me if you find two that aren't quite the same, because I can give you an example right there of two original ones that aren't the same. And actually this one's different again. It's stamped not even as nice. But what I have noticed is these are sedan ones. Coupe ones are ever so slightly different. The coupe doesn't seem to have this extra lump in it here or there. They seem to be a little bit fatter in the guts through there. But otherwise, this will work for a coupe, but this is a sedan one, and I'm pretty sure from my research that these are very, very similar throughout all of the body styles. I haven't seen a wagon one in person, or a ute one, which should in theory be exactly the same, but from what I've seen of pictures and stuff of cars and pieces, they're very, very similar. So this could work as a get you out of a hole if you were struggling. So I'll throw that back in my scrap pile, which is full of offcuts. So there we go, run it through, that's where it lives, and that's how it goes. It took me ages, and I mean ages, lots and lots of trial to work out how big the piece of steel needs to be to start from. And I worked it out that it's about that big to make the top piece. Now I don't have any bottom halves currently made because, well, I've used them all up to make the other pieces. But this is the one that I worked out to be very close to the size the steel needs to be to form it up. So that's my top, that's my bottom, and you can actually, I call that the bottom, and that's the top welded together. These are 10 more top sections, and they're roughed out at the moment. I tend to clean them up a bit as I go, but that's the top part made. Today I successfully made the first left top half, and I stamp every single one. So, and if you put those two together, they are very, very similar. Close enough that I don't think it's going to matter, especially considering you don't actually see much of them when they're on the car. So, I had the originals. I've had to make a die, and this one has made all the ones that are behind me, and I'll show you in a second. I made it out of 10mm plate steel. Yes, it looks a bit ugly there, but it does the job. Today I've started making its sister, the mirror image. That's it sort of partially done, so I was able to use the top half of it to make that other piece. So they look a bit, how's it going underneath, but that doesn't matter. And they're way heavier than they look. But so far, and I've polished them up because it actually seems to keep the surface rust off them. And when they're shiny, and really shiny, like I use metal polish to polish them up on a wheel, it shows the shapes a lot better, and it gives me an idea of where I'm going with them. And, you know, how I'm going. So I've been using this one to make this one. So the trick is I've got to visually look at this one, flip it in my mind, and then do this one. So this has got to be identical to this, but a mirror image. And these two are smaller than them because they have to make them. So if they look smaller, it's because they are smaller. Because by the time you've put a piece of metal over it and folded it, you've gained nearly a mil either side. So very happy with them. They are wearing out. That one is particularly wearing out. I reckon after about 50 pieces, that'll be bin ready. So if these are a good selling item, I will invest in having them made, you know, a bit better. But this is just to see and test the waters on whether or not people actually want these. And here we go. Here's the first 10, what I'm calling the production run. So these are all handmade by me using that die and welded together. Each one is numbered. Got my initials and R1, which is the first one. This one is initials and 10. So they're all sequentially numbered. And as I've done them, I have gotten better. Some of them are better than others, I will admit. Sometimes the welder was working well, and sometimes it wasn't. Which was the last one to do? Probably that one, number 10. That one is really quite nice. And I turned my MIG welder down to just about as low as it go to get penetration, so that it's and actually, believe it or not, they're quite easy to weld together, because when you have them in two halves, you can actually put them on the die, clamp them together, scribe a line, and then cut that line, and then literally hold them together and weld them, and then they're perfect. So there is 10 of these little guys. So if I put one of them next to, I'm going to do too much stuff. Pretty damn close to original. They're not perfect, but it's the best I can do with what I got, and I'm just putting myself out there. No one else has decided to make this part. If someone else does start to make them, that's great. I'll stop making them. But for now, this is going to be out there. So share it with your friends if you are in need of one. There will be 10 lefts and 10 rights. They will be... I don't want to say the price, but they're either going to make you shit your pants or go, ooh. But I need about $300 each for each one of these, and that's going to make people crap their pants. But I will assure you that I'm pretty confident that it would take you at least 3 hours to repair that. To a state that's reasonable, because actually hand fabricating all this stuff does take a bit of time. And especially if your hourly rate, if you're paying someone $100 an hour and they have to make that, or start with one like the one I just threw in there, then it will take quite a bit of time, and you'll get to $300 pretty quick. Or at least that's what I'm going to ask for them. But the final price isn't out there, but that's what I need from them. Otherwise, I'm just not going to do them. And I'm not trying to be greedy. I'm trying to put them as a cost that makes me a smidgen. But they do take time, and they do take money to make, because the steel costs money, the welding gas costs money, the grinding discs costs money, the power costs money, the paint costs money, my time costs money. So, and you know, they're not offensively bad. I mean, they're hammer formed. The top is nicer than the bottom. I try to tickle them up a little bit, but hey, that's the best I can do with what I've got. But I thought I'd show you what I've been up to. Also, I have been working. I have another coupe in here for rust, and it's boom. And my coupe has been progressing, but glacially slow. I got a leftover from another person's car, and I have been slowly repairing that in between doing all of that stuff and getting that ready to go in. So it has been progressing, but it's slow. But I really wanted to push myself to get some of these done so that I can maybe get them out there. So my next goal is to make 10 lefts, have them like this, so I have 20 of them there, and see how they sell. If they sell fantastically, great. If they're not, well, guess what? There won't be any more. Or at least they'll be done to an order. So if somebody wants one, you'll just have to message me and I'll quickly whittle you one up, if that makes sense. But don't bother messaging me now about them, because I haven't finished the lefts. Literally, this is as far as I've got with the lefts. So, and that was today. When I started today with just a flat piece of 10mm plate, and that's what I've made. So, also, another cost in making them is actually making this. These two dies have taken a huge amount of time to make. That one took me about a week. So, they look great polished. But, I mean, most of the reason I'm doing this is because I don't like being told, we can't do this. I look at it going, it cannot be possibly that difficult to make. I mean, this is like old school pattern making stuff where they hand make it. I mean, 3D scanner these days could scan that and a CNC whittle it up in no time, but this is just me being a bit stubborn and seeing if I can do it, because then I know it can be done. It's also a good challenge. I like having a challenge. Look how pretty they are. Just doing my best, and that's all I can ever ask from anyone. Magic. Alright, chaps. A couple of weeks and I reckon I'll have 10 lefts, and then we'll figure out something from there. But next video I'm actually going to do some repairs on that coupe over there. So this is just me touching base and showing you what I've been up to. I hope I haven't repeated myself too much. I always get nervous when doing videos, but I thought it was cool showing this off. And it's weird looking at 10 of them there, knowing that that could fix your rust. Like, I mean, it's, yeah, each one's going to be slightly different. They're all handmade. All depends on how I was feeling at the time. And yeah, the later ones are better than the early ones. Yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoy it, chaps. Go check out Anthony's channel. His little name down there is XB Falcon guy, or I think it's along those lines, but it's kind of cool. It's a very similar YouTube name. But go check him out, go subscribe, and I'll see you around.